Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here on Hollywood Boulevard where it has started to rain. I wanted to bring you a little bit of the adventure out here in the rain. Hollywood, especially when it rains like this, gets very muddy. A lot of the, when we get a good hard rain, a lot of the yards that have rocks in them and stuff, the water will just start to carry all the rocks away into the roadway. And I think we just went through one of those now. But yeah, these are good times out here in the desert when it rains. It never rains, so when it does, everybody gets excited. And why not? Apologies for the wipers, they never get used. They were brand new last summer, so I never get to use them. And I'm trying to see if we have any runoff here from any of the rain that has turned into a rocky, muddy mess. Not yet. And here we go. We got a little accumulation here. So when it rains here, the rain has nowhere to go. The water has nowhere to go. The ground is too hard for it to soak into. So it goes. It just follows gravity. Goes wherever. And they've tried to channel it into these washes. So they have gutters and stuff like that along the sides of the road to try and channel it into the washes. And in those areas, that's where we also tend to see a lot of the rock accumulation on the roadways here. Yeah, we haven't had a good rain here for a little while, a couple months at least. And then before that, we went like 214 days without any accumulation. So it doesn't rain very often, but when it does, it's often a very good hard rain. We're still on Hollywood here, approaching Owens. So let's see if I can go up here to Owens. It hasn't been raining long enough for the rocks to start flooding away and flooding into the roadway. Usually that takes about, I would say probably at least 4 or 5 hours. Because again, the water has nowhere to go. So once it fills up a yard, then it just starts to carry off the rocks and whatever sediment exists in the roadways or in the yards. We'll pause it here for a moment. Finally got the green light here at Owens. That only took a couple years. So now we're going to go down the hill and see how things are down here. Owens is always a mess anyway because of the condition of the roadway. We've detailed a lot how the county just doesn't seem to care very much about the east side of town, so apathy and inaction tend to be synonymous with the condition of the roadways on the east side of town, in my opinion. And again, I get folks who comment and tell me to leave the east side alone. Leave the people on the east side alone. Absolutely, it's not the people's fault, it's the government's fault. The government really tries hard when it comes to developers or casinos in this town. But when it comes to condition of the roadways and things like that, nary a word. So that was Mount Hood Street. We're going to go down a little bit further. Let's see what we can see down here. Visibility's, it's not 10 miles. It's got to be cut down to about, I would say, 6, maybe 7 miles at this point. And we do tend to get some crazy winds sometimes when we get these rains. So a lot of times they'll divert traffic at Las Vegas International Airport. So there's the wash there. It's getting filled up. I'm not sure which wash that is, but one of them. They don't put names on most of the stuff here. In fact, we've detailed at length on our channel how they don't put signs on a whole lot of things in this town. That Expedition just went flying through this puddle. I don't have that luxury. If you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and it really helps recommend us to other viewers. So please make your voices known and heard. I am very grateful for all of you being here. Yeah, they're kind of like little mudslides, really. Little mini mudslides that end up on the roadways. And again, we on the lookout for them, but okay, go ahead, challenge it. I'm not going to challenge you. So now southbound here on Christie, which is a minor residential arterial over here on the east side of town. See what we've got down Christie here. By the way, in case you're new to the channel, dumpsters everywhere. I have joked that maybe perhaps the official flag of the city of Las Vegas should be a dumpster. We have them all over the place. Especially on the east side of town. Not so much on the west side of town. You don't see the dumpsters out in Summerlin unless they're in construction zones. Construction areas, right? Where they're performing a lot of construction work and they're getting rid of a lot of the debris from the construction site, etc. And again, if you're just joining us, please, apologies for the wipers. They don't get used. They were brand new last summer. And they just get dried out over time because they never get used. It never rains here. It's a big event when it rains here in the desert. And I'm going to go ahead and take my turn here. There's a look back at Sunrise and Frenchman's Mountain peaks. So definitely some precip between us and there now. And that's El Dorado High School right there, for anyone who may have attended. The football field there. So come up here to Harris. That is the El Dorado Sun Devils there. Got a little library right over here. Community library. But not a whole lot of folks in that parking lot right now. I think I can understand why. More dumpsters. I have to let the wipers run, A, for safety, and B, because if I don't, the camera will focus in on the beads of water instead of the roadway ahead of us. So this is Bonanza here that we're coming up to. Another major east-west artery here on the east side of Las Vegas. And we'll pause it while we sit at this light. And oftentimes, Eastern Avenue, that we've done a lot of videos of here on the Vegas Town channel, will flood like crazy over there too. I just don't want to get myself stuck in the traffic here on Monday evening because of rush hour and all that. So I'm just gonna highlight what I can where I am over here for the day. School zone this late. This is Cedar Avenue. Tends to be some flooding up here on Stewart as well, so I'm eager to get up here to Stewart and take a look out at the condition of Stewart Avenue. Yeah, there we go. Like, why are the lights on? Just turned off. That's Copper Road right there. There's an elementary school. I believe that's Rundle Elementary. So here we are coming up to Stuart. Let's see how it looks up here. Also, please check out my wife's brand new channel. I really want to help her out. I've helped out a lot of folks with their channels here in Vegas, but she just started hers, so I'd really like to help by seeing you guys subscribe to her. So now eastbound here on Stuart, it's Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube. Common spelling on both of those. Deals with spirituality and astrology, and even if you're not into that, maybe you know someone who is. So please spread the word. Cinnamon and Jupiter. She tries very hard and works very hard and is very hard on herself. So I really appreciate you guys helping her out. This is Lynn Lane right here. We're going to start to climb the foothills here of Frenchman's Mountain. Directly in front of us. And you can see the clouds coming over the top of the peak there at Frenchman's. That's a pretty cool scene. And again, for those who get rain a lot, this is something else for us. This is, you know, there's the wash right here, the parallel Sloan Lane. But when we get a good hard driving rain of about, you know, 4 hours or above, which this has not been nearly that long. But when that happens, yeah, the roadways become a muddy mess. And a lot of times you need 4-wheel drive to get across some of the rocks that have floated into the roadways from people's lawns. It's quite a sight to see. We've posted videos of it before. It doesn't happen very often, so when it does, I like to bring it to you guys. As we come up here to Fog, which becomes Mount Hood Street, further up north. We have a little elementary school here. Bottom 5 in education, but we sure do have a plethora of schools in this town. So this has been like a light to moderate rain for the most part. It gains in intensity a little bit, and then it tapers off, and then it gains in intensity a little bit. It's on a radar, it's probably like green and yellow. No reds insofar as intensity. But guys, thank you so very, very much for joining. I really appreciate each and every single one of you coming along with me on this ride in the rain here on the Vegas Don channel. And always remember, it is the journey here on the Vegas Don channel. Whatever happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks. Thank you so much for being here.